This episode was supposed to be simple. Brand new brakes, fresh suspension, and finally getting the CRX ready for its first ever track day. It was like if life was teasing me, asking me, is this the car you want? If so, the cost of admission is 6 months in patience, completely rearranging your priorities, oh, and some broken bolts and missing brackets. Are you ready? Let's go. Between work, family, and life moving at me like Anthony Joshua's right hook, this build kept getting delayed. You know how it goes. Every time I had a little bit of free time, life said, got it! But brakes and suspension are a non-negotiable for me, because it'll probably stop is not the engineering motto I want to live by. If you haven't seen the last video, in the spring of 2024, I parted out a 1989 Acura Integra and got what I needed to upgrade the CRX brakes the only way I know how to, using what I like to call the Kraken trifecta, where you use OEM parts that deliver somewhat of a performance upgrade and is also budget friendly. Sounds good, right? Except that confidence lasted about 5 minutes. When halfway through disassembling the rear drums, I realized I forgot the caliper brackets. That mistake alone delayed the build by weeks. So if you don't want to be in my situation, here's a list of all the parts needed for your brake swap. What I pulled from the Integra were the front calipers, rear calipers, front sway bar, parking brake cables, master cylinder, and proportioning valve. And what I didn't get was the rear sway bar, rear caliper brackets and hardware, and the rear springs. It's all good. Life moves on. Because somewhere in the middle of all this, Casey Musgraves let us know that we're having another kid.
You're having a boy.
That puts a lot of perspective into things, including how much garage time you don't actually have.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So now that I know that, instead of waiting, I put my engineering background to the test. I 3D printed my own bracket to test fitment and geometry. And honestly, came out pretty good. The first iteration had to get hacked up, but I think after a few more iterations, we could eventually manufacture something of production quality for all you watching. And just like that, just a few days later, the Honda gods deliver once again with an Integra showing up at a local pick your part. I grabbed the rear hubs and studs, but still managed to forget the rear springs and sway bar. But we'll just let that be a problem for future Frankie. Okay. For now, let's continue on with the rear drum teardown.
The next day.